Hey guys, if you want to see how I created this super cute monochromatic maroonish look, just stick around, stay tuned, we'll get into it. So first I'm just going to start off taking my Bite Beauty Agave lip mask in the shade Champagne. I just put a little bit between my fingers because it was kind of thick, kind of chilly, so I just wanted to warm it up so it could spread evenly. Next, I'm just going to take my Badescu facial spray. I really love this one. I'm just gonna do 3 pumps. 3 pumps, I just find it like helps the face get a lot of moisture back in before I'm about to put a pile of product on. Then I'm just gonna go in with my GlamGlow primer, the shade Pearl. It's the Glowstarter primer. I thought it was Nude Glow and was kind of upset when it turned out to be Pearl, just because I find Pearl sometimes washes me out a little bit, and in the wintertime that's the last thing you really want. So yeah, usually I use Nude Glows. Next, I'm just taking my Milk Makeup BlurStick. This has been like the best blurring primer I've ever used. Absolutely love it. Honestly, it works the best for me on my nose where I have my pore issues, and the same with my chin. I find that it actually helps the makeup stick as opposed to just kind of like sliding off and cracking it up throughout the day. Next, I'm just going to grab my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. This color has a little bit of a pink cast to it, as opposed to like the shade up, which is Chantilly. Personally, I prefer Chantilly. I'm going to use that. I actually use that one usually in the soft matte, and I picked up Vanilla in the Radiant Creamy. I love the formula, but I honestly, I just think the color dries down a bit too dark on me throughout the day and when I wear it out. So you're gonna see me go back in later with a lighter concealer and fix it up. But this formula is probably one of my favorite concealer formulas. It's not too much coverage, but it's still enough coverage that I can wear it out. I mostly just wear concealer. I don't really wear foundation, so I just put it underneath my eyes and blend it out. So I start in the center face where I would need say the most coverage, and I blend out from there. The NARS concealers honestly for me are my favorite. I haven't really found another formula from another company that I really like. Mostly because lately I've been super into really light coverage foundation, something that's stuff that's just really sheer, just gonna kind of even out skin tone. But yeah, so now I'm just going in with my NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Chantilly. So I just put that under my eyes to kind of give a little bit of a highlighted effect, also to combat my dark circles. I do have fairly blue tone dark circles, and sometimes I correct them, sometimes I don't, a bit more of dimension to my eye, which is doesn't make sense, but I like it. So here you can just see me applying it under my eye. I'm just using a Sigma angled concealer brush. I think it's number F84. Take that with a grain of salt, it might be wrong. But yeah, I'm just applying it under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, and then just blending it out with my beauty blender. So yeah, I always use the tip of my beauty blender under my eye just because I feel like it gets the best coverage, especially then where I've used the bottom of it for my dark, not my darker, but my other colored concealer, or if I say foundation, so just so they don't mix and so I can actually keep that contrasted shade difference. So yeah, here I am just patting it all in. Next, I'm just taking my Hourglass Veil Powder. This is my all-time favorite translucent powder. I really want to try the Milk one as well, but this powder is just beautiful. I used it first at work when I worked at Sephora, and it has just changed my life, honestly. It actually, your face looks face-tuned when you use this powder. It is so amazing. Absolutely die for this. So if you'll notice, I'm not really swiping it under my eyes. I'm kind of packing it in, just because when you're putting something on top of a cream powder, you don't want to move that around. When you're packing it, you're placing it right on top. When you're sweeping it around, you're literally removing product or shifting it around, which is the last thing you want. So next, I'm just taking my Benefit Gimme Brow. This is one of the super old ones in the old packaging. Literally, I think their new packaging came out 2 years ago. So this one's literally 4 years old. So this is just, technically it's the shade 1 now. I would be color matched to shade 1, but this is in the shade light medium, which I believe before they only had 3 colors, which was 1, 2, and 3, but this is in the shade light medium. So you can see me, I'm just filling in one of my brows there. The other one's actually already done, but a really good tip for when you're using Gimme Brow actually is to back comb. When you back comb your brow, you actually like add so much more volume to it. That's another trick I learned when I worked at Sephora. So shout out to Jen from work who taught me that. That honestly changed my brow game. Now I'm just going in there on an angled brush with some Anastasia Beverly Hills brow powder. I used the shade Caramel. I just mixed the 2 shades together. Then I'm just really going in with some brow gel. I like a really feathered brow look. Again, something I learned at Sephora. Such a knowledgeable place. But yeah, so I'm just going in and I just brush my hairs up and then I kind of like let them naturally fall back down. Taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills again Amrezy highlighter. I'm just using my Morphe 510 brush to really like put this on. Like this brush is so beautiful. I believe that the Anastasia has one too. It's like the A30, I think. I'm really dying to get that brush too. But the Morphe one's definitely like a lower end price point, but it's still such an amazing quality brush. I believe it is a goat hair brush. So yeah, I just went back in, fixed up a little chunk of my brow. So next I'm just going in with my Jaclyn Hill palette. This is like the old Jaclyn x Becca palette. I'm just using the blush in the middle there. It's the mineralized blush in Amaretto. It is a fairly warm tone blush. I'm really looking to get something super like soft pastel pink or something really like a nice cool like lilac-y lavender tone. So if you guys have any recommendations, please let me know. I'm like dying for one. Then I'm just going in with Dandelion from Benefit. This is just kind of like, I almost use this as like a blush topper and just to add a bit more of a pink cast as opposed to looking so corally. You can see when my cheeks look fairly warm, a little bit sunburned. I'm so into the blush on the nose trend lately. I wish I could do faux freckles, but I haven't found something that's gonna make them look actually good yet. So I'm working on that, but the blush on the nose, like just straight across the cheeks, that super sunburned, sun-kissed look is amazing. Now I'm just going in with my Benefit Hoola. I put it on a bit thick, so she's a bit muddy, but I do try and blend it out afterwards, which is a big fluffy face brush. So yeah, the Benefit Hoola is one of my favorite bronzers, but I do have to say, I'm really looking into trying Anastasia Beverly Hills Rosewood or even Tawny. Also, the Bobbi Brown blush in bronzer in shade medium. I want to try it so bad. I'm just taking my beauty blender now here and just kind of cleaning up the edges under my contour or my bronzer / contour or my blush. I like to have that super defined look with the nice blush on top. I don't like it to be like all down the cheek kind of thing. I like to be a bit clean. Also then my under eyes looked a bit muddy, not a bit muddy, but you know, they just didn't pop as much as I wanted to, so I just added a little bit of translucent powder up there too. So I just took my damp beauty blender and my Hourglass powder and went ahead with that. Now I'm just taking my Lush Cranberry Lip Scrub. This is from the Christmas 2018 collection, the holiday 2018 collection. Tastes so good. It's super sour, actually literally tastes like Hubba Bubba bubblegum. Love it. So I just put that on, give a little like scrub on the lips, and yeah. So now I'm just taking my NARS lip liner in shade KareKare. I think it's actually discontinued. I bought this years ago, and I never used lip liner, and then recently I've been so into this lip combo. So next I'm just going in with the Kaja Heart Melter Gloss Stick in Be Mine. This is probably my all-time favorite like gloss sticks ever. They're so comfy, so soft on the lips. Now I'm just going in with my James Charles palette. Oh, love this palette. Love this palette. I love the options. I love the shades. One thing I will say, the shades do have a fair amount of kickback and not fall out on the face, but it almost seems like they're pressed a bit too hard. They're super buttery when you swatch them with your finger, but when you go in with a brush, there's a lot of extra powder gets picked up. And I don't want to complain because I love it so much and I love James and I love Morphe, but it is just one thing that I've noticed since buying the palette. So I first just went in with the shade Mary on an M441 from Morphe. Then I will go in a little bit with something a bit more red tone, just because I found it was a bit too brown, and I wanted to have that super, like just a super warm, deep look. Like, that was kind of what I was going for. A little bit fall, a little bit winter. Just something really, like, soft and, like, almost auburny was really what I wanted. So, yeah, just taking this on my M441, blending it through the crease a little. Like, I like my eyeshadow looks super blown out up to the eyebrow, pretty much is what it is. So then I just took that under the lash line as well. So yeah, sorry for, like, how it gets really overexposed sometimes. I'm not sure why that keeps happening. I'm gonna play around with my lighting a little bit and see how it goes. But yeah, the shade You're Kidding, this is just gonna be added right into the crease and outer corner. As you can see, it just makes it a bit more warm toned, a bit more red, and deepens it up a little bit too, which is something I wanted. It looked pretty nice at first, like bare-eyed almost, but I really wanted it to be, like, just a little bit more depth added. So right here, I'm actually adding in Boutique. I forgot to show it, but I did add it in, so that's where it gets, like, a little bit deeper. That's how I get that, like, more, like, smoky eye look, even though it's not really, like, a super smoky eye. So yeah, so there I am, just, like, blending it out, bringing a little bit of it onto the lid, just so it doesn't look, like, super stark. And just really feathering it all out. So yeah, so next I'm just taking Ringlight. I just applied this with my finger right onto the lid and a little bit into the inner corner. It almost created, like, an unintentional cut crease, so it was almost like a cut crease that looked more natural, as opposed to going, like, in with the concealer and cutting the crease and deepening everything up and then all that jazz. I literally just went straight in like this. So yeah. I did add lashes and mascara. Sorry, not lashes. I just added mascara off camera, and then I just kind of, like, started to, like, feel myself, you know. It was cute. It was fun. It was fun. It was cute. I loved it. So yeah, guys, if you like this video, subscribe, like, leave a comment, let me know. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Aviasap. But yeah, I will put my product list in the down bar, because I'm a real YouTuber now. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.